Kicking It with Brother Smalls, and we have a special guest, Roxanne Simon, Roxy, Nurse Roxy. And now I really have to kind of give you guys an inside view of who this lady is. She's actually my sister-in-law. So we're going to talk about nursing, and we're going to talk about nursing actually in this environment, but also the attitudes that you got to have to maintain your health and vitality, especially in this environment. So I'm so happy to have my sister-in-law hanging out, and it's been a long time. We've been talking about getting together and talking, and
Yeah.
so thank you.
You're welcome, Grandma. Anything for family, most definitely, most
That's
definitely.
it. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
truly grateful. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I mean, since I've known you, you've been in the medical field. And you're a nurse now. And how, did you always want to be a nurse?
I did. It's crazy because at the age of 7, I would go to my aunt's house, and she had this next door neighbor, Miss Betty. I'll never forget her. I would go and help her. And then my aunt that I would stay with, she had diabetes. And so I would help give her shots at the age of 7. So it's like God was preparing me to, truly grateful, truly grateful. Yeah. So I always knew that it was either a nurse or I don't know what else I wanted to be. I think it was just only a nurse or a teacher.
Gotcha. Well, I think you do a bit of both, especially as a nurse. You're a special nurse. Tell us about your specialty.
So I am a labor and delivery nurses. Shout out to the labor and delivery nurses, all the nurses. And so I help bring life into this world, which is it's a blessing. We deal with a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, being a part of that process. I mean, I always feel like babies are messengers of hope. They're just messengers of hope, right? No matter what's going on, when a baby is born, there just seems to be, a restart in a way. It just means so much. So, I mean, how has, nursing changed or been impacted by COVID-19?
Tremendously.
Yeah.
It has been impacted tremendously. But me and my coworkers, along with a lot of nurses that I spoke with, we knew what we signed up for when we became nurses. And so emotionally, it has definitely impacted us. But we were blessed to do this. We're called to do this.
Sure.
And
do you deal with fear? I mean, at all? I mean, you're going into an environment where, obviously hospitals are where people go to get well, or, if they're, having, problems and stuff like that. So do you ever deal with like trepidations, fear, going to work?
I do every day. You never know what you're going to walk into. And so how I prepare myself mentally is I pray and ask God to prepare me for my day. And I walk into the unknown and let God lead me. That's how I handle things. And
All right. And the thing about what you do, you're also a traveling nurse.
Yes.
Like this one, area, you get to kind of travel. I mean, was that a part of the plan for you?
For me, it was because I always wanted to see how different hospitals practice different, how they do different things and how they do things, because some hospitals don't labor the same. They don't have the same protocol or procedures. So I wanted to step out on faith and see how, because every one way is not they got different ways of doing things. Yeah. Yeah.
That goes. I mean, I wanted to ask you about, when you go to different areas, you know, it is the care that you give different, or the things, or the issues that you deal with are different in different areas. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, good question. Good question. So my care is the same
Okay.
because, as you know, I'm very spiritual. And so I believe in doing to others as you want done to you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to treat whether you are off the streets with the same care that I give to the woman that has lots of money. So
Sure.
that's the way I look at things. I'm going to treat you the same, give you the excellent care that you deserve.
Yeah, but I guess the care is, obviously you're giving excellent care, but the type of care might be different in a sense that, like, say for instance, if someone doesn't really have the resources that someone else does, I mean, are you kind of calling in a social worker, or are you trying to kind of, well, I mean, are you trying to kind of give counsel? I mean, is it ever different like that for different patients?
Yeah, so what I love about the healthcare industry is that we have a lot of resources. For the homeless woman, we help, the social worker, which we get, help them get involved. They help them find places to stay. It's a lot of resources in the healthcare, and I am a huge advocate for my patients when it comes down to that type of stuff.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. How much? No, no. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
My thing is, because you don't want to discharge a patient and you're worrying about them, like where they're going to go, and they don't have a place to stay, what they're going to eat. So we have to step in and help our patients out. And
Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now, again, a lot of what you do is physical. How much of it is emotional? Kind of giving emotional support, maybe. I mean, and how does that intertwine in what you do on a regular basis?
Oh, great question. For me, I feel like we're not just nurses. We're more than that, because we do have to be there for them emotionally, sometimes spiritually as well. Yeah. And so I pray for my patients. We pray together. Yeah. And so that helps them. And one of the things that I've learned that as being a nurse, you have to always listen to your patients. That's the number one thing of building a nurse-patient relationship. You listen to them, So that's very important. Very important.
Got it. Yeah. Being a nurse, you're taking care of others. You're concerned with others. You're praying for others. You're consoling others. You're, celebrating with others. Is it exhausting?
Yes. Yes, it's very exhausting. But I get my strength. When I come home, I pray, and I get my strength from God. So
how do you fuel up? How do you fuel up? I mean, not only are you dealing with that environment, but it's a special environment given what's going on in the world now. How do you gear up for that? How do you take care of yourself?
So I look at your videos, your health videos, and get out there and work out. Yeah. Spiritually, I read my Bible. I praise God. I work out, and just basically find that time for you, me time, whether it's just sitting in a tub and having that nice long bath to yourself, or just getting in a corner and just reading your favorite book or listening to your favorite music. You have to find time for yourself, especially in these times.
That's important. I mean, like, again, stepping away, getting your own me time. And that's important. You do that deliberately. Could you
Yeah.
tell us about any issues that that you see that you kind of want to speak to, as far as like, not everybody does that. Not everybody kind of focuses on themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is so true. So there's issues that,
is there one specific or issue that you would want to kind of speak to, or share with the audience that maybe people could maybe focus in on or pay attention to?
yes, especially for women,
Okay.
including um, Black women.
Yes.
We have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
We're so busy of taking care of family and work, and we put ourselves on a back burner.
Mm-hmm.
So health is wealth.
Yeah.
Get there, find you a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because heart attacks for Black women is the #1 killer. And so we brush things off. We have to listen to our bodies, and find time for yourself.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it's hard,
Yeah.
but you have to surround yourself with great people that will help you along the way. And that's
Yeah.
what I have done. That's what I've done. I have my sisters, my brother-in-law,
Yeah.
thanks to him, and you have to find time for yourself because, like I said, health is wealth.
No, that's really good advice. Ladies, peel away and find some time, for yourself. It's so vitally important to kind of sow into yourself so that you can give to others, right? If you don't have
Yeah.
anything to give, right? It's really, really important to do that. And to be honest, right? Be honest with yourself,
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes we're, like you said, we feel something and we kind of just push it to the side and we don't,
Yes.
feel something, but you got to be honest with yourself, listen to your body and take action.
Yes. Yes. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Okay. Well, sis, you look good.
Thank you.
You
Thanks
look
to
good.
your,
You look good, sis.
yes. Thanks to
Yeah, you
your
got it
lovely
going on.
wife.
You got it
Yeah.
going on. Well,
Yeah.
that's actually part of my next question. I wanted to know, like, you know, in the nursing profession, you kind of deal with all types of people. Have anybody, tried to kind of step to you like, hey, what's going on? Like Nurse Roxy, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy because, like I said, I don't know. It's interesting. I hear like the little side comments or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just kind of like brush it off or whatever because
Yeah.
ring on it.
I hear you.
So
Put
yeah,
a ring on it, right? Okay.
yeah,
Okay. My
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's an awesome man. Roxanne's husband, Josh, is an excellent guy. Hey, I wanted to. Are you still? Like you've been in nursing for a while. You've always wanted to be a nurse since 7.
Yeah.
Are you still passionate about nursing?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I see a lot of women that's older. And I always tell God, I'm like, when I get to that point where I'm no longer compassionate about the work that you have called me to do, remove me from that field. And right now, the fire is still burning, and I am still going strong for
Yeah.
him. I
Yeah.
love what I do. I love what I do. And
Yeah.
so at the end of the day, it's tiresome, it's frustrating, but when it's your calling, you get back up and do it all over again. And that's me right now. Yes, still passionate.
Still passionate. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I definitely want to,
You're welcome.
because I wanted to actually have a session with some other health professionals, maybe some other nurses, and maybe a topical, discussion. And I would love for you to be a part of it.
Yes, I would love to come back. Most definitely.
Okay. All right. I miss you, sis.
I miss you too, and I love you so much.
Love you too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
All right. Thanks again.
Informs, uplifts, and